practical example is going to be on a dog. So we start with our dog geometry. Get a decent view of it here. Okay. Grow some hair on it. Turn down frizz a little here, just so you can see that things are straight out. New to Max 9 is this styling rollout. It used to be a separate window. Essentially the same tools, but they get a lot more useful now that they're inside the Max window itself. And we're using a translate brush, and we're not really paying any particular attention to interpenetration here. I tend to not use collision when combing very often unless I really need to, particularly for fur. Reason being is that we have the recomb button, which is what I just pressed here, that pops the hair out to a pretty good tangent of the skin's orientation. So now I'm still using the translate brush to puff some of the hair out a little bit from the body. Now I'm using a scale brush to adjust scale, to adjust the size of the hair in different areas of the body, where we want it longer or shorter. Here I'm using a stand on end brush, which really just puffs hair out along the normal. Can use scale a little more because he's getting a little bushy in the middle. Translate it out a little more. It's worth noting that all the stuff that we've done here is in strand select mode, whole strand select mode. You've also got a few other ways of selecting hair, from tips, from roots, from individual vertices. Those are all at the top of the styling menu. Going back to our translate brush to drag hair's directions around a little more. I generally, before I start puffing the hair out, I generally like to get it flowing in the right directions first. That's what I use the comb and the recomb and that basic translate brush for initially. So once I'm satisfied with that, I start puffing the hair out. Okay, so just after a few minutes of combing, we've got a pretty good representation of how we want the dog's hair to flow. He's looking a little puffy in the chest there, and on his paws. So again, we're using the scale brush. Um, right now we have soft fall-offs turned on for the brush. We can actually toggle those off underneath the brush menu there. So combing it is really, about the same action you would take as you would if you were to pet the dog. Okay, let's skip forward here. Nothing interesting going on. Okay, now we're assigning some colors. Uh, if you're going to texture root and tip color, you want to assign the colors to be white because the texture is going to multiply by that color. The reason why we just don't ignore the color if you texture it is that it's actually a useful tool to be able to tint a pre-existing map. So we just left that in as an additional control. Beyond that map, you also have things like hue variation, value variation. From hair to hair, you'll get a random deviation from what the map assigns it. If you set those to 0, it'll be exactly what the map assigns it. But that's probably not what you want. Natural hair always has lots of variation inside it. Okay, so there's a quick render of where we're at with the dog. That's actually not looking too bad. Let's make a few more adjustments. Turn up the count, thickness. Yeah, let's just skip ahead to rendered sequence. And there he is. Those are rendered with the buffer render. I believe those are about 4 minutes each. VidRes, I think that's medium. Okay.